Say hello to the bad guy. Bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. Bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. They hating on me like it's giving them a cash prize. Say hello to the bad guy. Bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. Bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. They hating on me like it's giving them a cash prize. Yeah, I'm most hated.
It's your boy Red Pill Thanos, man. Coming to you live and direct from the dark side. And today, man, we gonna react to this Judge Mathis clip. It's like 8 minutes long, so I'm not gonna let the whole thing run. I'm gonna be commenting, while it's running. This one here, man, definitely proves why fathers are needed. This situation here, man, our youth, they're doomed. They're doomed. If we don't get father figures for these young men, they're doomed. We're gonna watch this clip, and it's just utterly ridiculous, man. Let's just get right into what's going on with this joint here, man.
Plaintiff Danielle McDonald says her son goes to school with the defendant's son, and she claims the defendant's son is a bully who assaulted her son. Danielle claims as a result of the assault, her son suffered a concussion, spent the night in the hospital, and missed 7 days of school. So she's suing for the ambulance fees. Defendant Clarice Ross says her son has been friends with Danielle's son since 4th grade. And on the day of the incident, Danielle's son instigated the fight. Clarice claims after Danielle's son called her son names, he hit her son. So Clarice's son hit him back in self-defense.
So there you have that right there. Each mother is pretty much saying it's the other son's fault, not their son. We're gonna get into the son who had to go, the son who got beat up. We're gonna go into his mother's story, and when she finishes, we're gonna break that down.
Start with you.
I'm here on behalf of my son, Dominic Rogers, who was bullied by Clarice's son. He hit my son, knocked his tooth out, caused him to miss 7 days of school, caused him to stay in the hospital overnight, also caused him to have a concussion. My son is a happy-go-lucky person. He never has been in a fight before in his life. He's what you consider to be a nerd. He never treats anyone any other way other than how he would want to be treated. In October 2016, my son was assaulted in the lunchroom. He was bullied. He was hit by Clarice's son.
Was there an argument?
No, sir.
Yes.
No one said anything to anyone. Her son just walked up to your son and struck him?
Yes. The lunch attendant, as well as the security officer in there, walked over and said, the two of you, I don't want any playing in here. So my son proceeded on to class. Upon my son going to class, there was a substitute teacher. Her son, again, carried on the same behavior. The substitute teacher called the principal. The principal asked her son to step outside. Her son did not listen to the principal. Upon class continuing on, after class, her son snuck my son in the hallway, hit him, caused him to fall down, hit his head, knocked out his tooth, and left him
No argument
discombobulated.
again?
Excuse me?
No argument again?
In the classroom, he was upset with my son for hitting him back. There was the argument.
All right. So the first mother, let me break some things down. I love when mothers talk about their sons and try to make it seem like their sons are perfect. Look, man, I was a little boy. I was probably what you consider, in some circles, I was considered a nerd. I was big into like anime and all of that, but I also was big into rap music. I had family and friends that were in the streets, so I kind of was able to maneuver through two different, walks of life. However, there was a point in time where my parents thought that I did no wrong until I got caught doing some wrong, and then they were shocked. Parents, your kids ain't perfect. I get it. I understand it. You know, look, let them understand young. Your kids will disappoint you. They are not perfect. Let's get into the other mother, man. The lack of accountability in this video is crazy to me, bro. It's crazy.
Okay. Why are you laughing? Was the child hospitalized overnight?
I don't know. When I got the phone call...
Oh, you don't know. Do you have any evidence that he was hospitalized?
This ambulance...
Did you tell her?
Oh, I tried to.
You told her? Or did the school tell her that the child was hospitalized?
Her son was suspended. Mine wasn't, yes.
Ain't nobody tell me this Dominaire was hospitalized.
No one told you he was
nobody
injured?
ever told me.
This is the first time? Don't interrupt me. Like you over there laughing while she's describing her son got a concussion, left school for 7 days, hospitalized overnight. And while she's telling me this, you're laughing. And now that I want to ask about it, you want to interrupt me. Once again, did you ever hear that her son had a concussion?
Like when I got the police report back in, what was it, February?
In February. Yet you come in here laughing at your son, giving him a concussion. It's funny to you.
Alright. Yo, how she just blatantly lie like that? She said nobody told her the boy was hospitalized, and then she said she got a police report saying the boy was hospitalized. Like, come on, man. Our boys are doomed. We got to get these guys some father figures, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Go ahead, man. Finish.
This right here says that he had to go to the hospital. This is the bill. I brought his evidence. This is the police report.
And that's all you're suing for is the bill?
Yes, not the court fees, not the hospital stay, none of that. Just what would be on my credit.
Hear from you.
Okay, Your Honor. To set the record straight, I wasn't laughing that her son was hurt in this whole situation. It's funny that she keeps saying it was no altercation, which it was. These boys has been friends since the 4th grade. Off and on friends since the 4th grade.
She said it was an altercation. She said your son busted him upside the head.
Which is not the truth.
Busted him and gave him a concussion and had him hospitalized. What do you mean no altercation? Huh? You weren't listening. You were too busy laughing. No. That is altercation. I got news for you.
This is ridiculous, man. Look, man. No accountability again. Come on. I get it, the other mother saying there was no argument. I find that hard to believe. However, both these women are not giving any type of accountability to their children. And all that's going to do is just have them grow up thinking that they don't need to be accountable for anything. And this is how we get feminine, entitled men. And this is how we get feminine, entitled beta males. Shit like this. Niggas need daddies, man. These boys need fathers.
The altercation from 4th grade, they was on and off again friends, and it was an altercation at this time of the incident. I'm not sitting here trying to say my son is perfect. Boys make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes.
Punching somebody in the mouth, knocking their tooth out, and giving them a concussion is not a mistake. That is a choice. It's a bad choice, but it's a choice. She started out well. My son's not perfect, neither is her son. Facts. But then boys make mistakes. No. A mistake would be playing baseball outside and accidentally hitting your neighbor's window and shattering the window. That's a mistake. A mistake's not running up on somebody, punching them and knocking their tooth out. Like, what are you, Casanova? Punch you in the face, motherfucker, knock your teeth out. Yo, these women are sad, man.
Everybody go through things. On this day in question, the kids were sitting in the lunchroom, Dominaire, my son, and a few other kids. And they was playing this game called Neck. I don't condone hitting, period.
Neck?
Yes, it's a game that the boys play where they hit each other on the neck and think it's funny. I don't condone it at all. I never have.
Nah, for real. That's facts. That's a real game. Parents, if you got boys, don't let them play fight. Because play fighting will turn into real fighting. Don't let your kids play fight.
So after that, they was walking out the lunchroom. Dominier called my son out his name, talked about my son because he don't have the latest gear. I buy what I can afford. Mm-hmm. And he also called me a few things that my son won't tell me so he can spare my feelings. Mm-hmm.
Boo-hoo, cry me a river. First it was they were smacking each other back on the neck. Now it's he's joking my son because I can't afford to buy him designer clothes. Man, look at this. Yo, the lack of accountability. Oh my God. If you held your son accountable, you wouldn't even be in this courtroom right now, man. This is some bullshit. So he can spare my feelings. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Her son is not no angel. And I did call Miss McDonald and tried to mend this. Mm-hmm. I called her, and the attitude I got back from her was just awful. Well, I'll just see you in court. I called her so we could try to hash this out. I called her. I said, hello, Miss McDonald. This is Clarice. I apologize about what happened to your son. Let me start there. She said, ain't no way we about to work this out. I just see you in court.
Okay.
But before
she didn't ask you
her,
about the ambulance bill? She didn't mention it?
No.
You didn't mention it when she called you?
That was the whole reason she called. Why would you call me if it wasn't about a bill, sweetheart?
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me either. I believe the woman, instead of suing you, she would have at some point, say to you, I got a $520 bill. Let's talk about that.
Thank you, Judge Mathis, for bringing some logic into this situation. Because my God.
You telling me the woman never mentioned it. Got it.
No.
So finish telling your story about what occurred with the fight.
Okay. So after Dominier said whatever he said to my son, they walked back to class, and Dominier proceeded to hit my son in the head with some books.
Hey, hey, yo, little homie face was like, what? Yo, this bitch like, yo, little homie face said it all. Like, I ain't hear nobody with no book. Like, yo. Yo, little homie face said it all, man. Case closed. He looking like, yo, that my man's is shook right now. Hit with books? I ain't hit nobody with no book. Yo, my man's face says it all. Like, where you get that from? Yo, this is hilarious, B.
Son then defended himself. He hit Dominier after Dominier hit him. Dominier tried to hit him, and my son moved and hit Dominier again.
Stand up, young man. Stand up, young man.
Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, if little homie did try to hit her with some books, I commend you, dog. I'd have tried to smack that big ass nigga with some books. Ain't no way these niggas in the same grade, B. Get the fuck out of here, son. Yo, get the fuck out of here, B. Who's this nigga with the dread sitting in the middle? Who is this nigga, man? Yo, I'm fucking done.
And you tell me he attacks him. You can have a seat. Stop attacking him. So, what is the result of all of this with the school?
Well, my son received...
Anybody suspended?
My son, 5 days.
Was your son suspended?
No. And may I add to the activities, please? My son was not sitting with your son. My son does not play hand contact.
Ma'am, you don't know what your son does, and you don't know what your son does. All I do know, it does not sound reasonable that he was hospitalized, had to go by ambulance when your son was not harmed physically. Also, I don't think this young man is that brave to attack your son looking at their sizes. Thirdly, you admit that your son was suspended for 5 days. Did you discuss with your principal why your son was suspended. Did you give him
I
the
did.
story you gave me?
Hey yo, did she say my son don't play hand contact? Yo, stop fucking lying. He a little boy there. Little boys play fight. Yo, this shit is ridiculous. Accountability. Like I said, man, our boys are doomed. They need father figures. Strong father figures. Because this is some bullshit here.
And what did they say?
Well, when I got there, we were supposed to have mediation. Miss McDonald didn't show. She didn't call. I missed work. So they rescheduled the mediation. And again, she didn't call, didn't show. So it wasn't too much that we could have did.
Oh, yes, it is.
discussing
When you don't
her.
show up for mediation, they dismiss the person's claim who was not there. Your son wouldn't have been suspended because they wouldn't have had the other side of the story. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
My son is not perfect, and your son is not no angel. I just want you to see that boys going to be boys.
Boys are gonna be boys, but getting your tooth knocked out and getting a concussion by a nigga 3 times your size is not boys gonna be boys. God damn, the lack of accountability between these two women is crazy.
And as mothers, we need to band together so they can keep, it's already enough going on.
I'm not going to say that my son is an angel, but one thing I will say is he would never try to harm someone.
Your son hit my son, and he's failing to tell you that.
So pretty much, all in all, man, we gotta have father figures for these young men and these young ladies, for the children in general. So fellas, if you got a kid, man, be in that kid's life. Be active, because if not, they're doomed. This is Red Pill Thanos, man. I'm signing out.